Anybody who has the time and the gall to argue with somebody who is trying to say, like, people are being mistreated in this country, like, you are either blind, deaf, or stupid. Like, there's no other reason.
But they're gonna say you're trying to take an irrational stance if you try to slander the flag, but somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb, so they call it a Kaepernick tantrum if you don't stand for the national anthem.
I just don't understand, like, why it's during the national anthem. Let's break it down. We are kneeling in protest of the brutality that people of color experience in this country, which is why when the country's anthem is being played, people kneel. They take a symbolic approach to a symbol. Like, it's not that hard.
Protest is meant to be destructive. Protest is meant to be uncomfortable. You are not supposed to be cool with a protest. It's meant to be to get your attention.
It's meant to make you uncomfortable at the fact that we are uncomfortable.
Exactly.
If you try to take the time to understand why people are upset, number one, and how they're choosing to get their message across through a huge national platform that will cause attention and hopefully encourage people to take action, it makes perfect sense.
The correlation between the national anthem, the flag, and the military is what really, really grinds my gears, because both my father and my brother were in the military, and neither of them are against the protest. You know why? Because they're black men and they understand why the protest is happening in the first place. Nobody is really, truly offended at someone kneeling before the flag. I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit on that. You don't really care because y'all be wearing that American flag with like a fucking bikini and all that shit that's against the flag
and
codes.
on beer as an advertisement.
I just saw driving over here like a Cowboys American flag. Like the cowboy helmet was where the stars are, and then the rest of it was like blue and white.
Yeah, you pick it's cherry picking your offense, and that's a problem. Let's not even talk about the fact that usually when the national anthem is playing is when people take breaks to go get their snacks from concessions.
We see you get your hot dog,
exactly.
Like, we see
so
you.
what are you more mad about? The fact that
beef.
I'm still paying attention to the anthem. I'm not saying anything in opposition to the anthem. I'm not saying anything derogatory towards the flag, military, or its people. I'm not doing anything but simply making a statement, calling out some of the things that you probably take part in.
Exactly.
That's the real problem. That's the root of the issue. People who are not a part of the problem, they don't take any offense to it. They understand, they sympathize, even if they're not kneeling with us, even if they're not shouting in the streets or taking to their like polls and everything, even if they're not doing all of that, they at least understand. And I know way too many white people who do understand for other people to be like, I just don't get it. You don't want to get it.
Exactly. And shout out to Colin Kaepernick, because originally when he was first protesting during the anthem, he was sitting. He actually spoke with someone who actually serves, because all y'all that be like fake offended in people's comments on Facebook about it's so disrespectful, y'all ain't never set foot in a boot camp. Shut up. Colin Kaepernick was kind enough and had the wherewithal to actually sit with someone who disagreed with the fact that he was protesting and ask him what would be a way that would not dishonor our military. And the soldier told him to kneel.
Can we concentrate on the fact that it's actually showing respect in trying to get a point across? You're actually showing respect. What do you do when a player gets hurt? You kneel. Guess what? Point message. There are people hurting in America. I feel like it was such a good idea. It was such a good way to start the conversation. But the problem with some people in America is they started the wrong conversation. And it just completely like derailed everything that we were trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And that makes me so sad.
Someone made the comment to me and expected that it would be funny to me, but it wasn't. That the ambulances around the country should start playing the national anthem so that people would kneel when like the ambulance went by. And I was like, you were all the way left of what the point is. Like, you were so far left. And she was like, well, I thought it was funny. I was like, it wasn't.
We share the same country and have so many different experiences, and nobody cares that people are not treated the same.
When you build a country based on rape, build a country based on
kidnapping,
build a country based on
slavery.
Like, this is what you wanted, and this is what you got.
I say this to my mom all the time. It hurts living in a country knowing that I was never intended to be a part of it. And you constantly say, like, if it's so bad, go back to wherever you came from, or if it's so bad, you can get out of the country. You know what? What would happen if Native Americans just decided that since y'all don't want to treat people right, y'all should just leave? Because this wasn't y'all's land to begin with.
Low key, that's what they should have done. But because they're good people and they aren't,
and they were damn near wiped out.
And that's one of the things about our country's history that makes me so sad. It's because they were good people, because they were kind, that
they got taken advantage of.
And taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And like y'all take pride in it, calling it your country now. Make America great again.
And
y'all ain't great without us.
They took pride in it way back then. And I said in my ACLU interview, and they asked why I wanted to be a part of it, one of the things I said was Manifest Destiny was bullshit.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about the long-term effects of what that idea brought about in this country. In today's current climate, you can't criticize America without being told that you don't love America. I can love my, significant other all day long and still criticize them or tell them the things that they need to work on. That doesn't mean I don't love them. And the same goes for America. I love this country. I love the fact that I do have the liberties that I'm supposed to have and the rights that I'm supposed to be able to exercise, even if I always can't. I would not want to be a citizen anywhere else, but I still
would want to be a citizen in Canada. If any Canadians are watching, I'm down for a marriage.
But I really
citizenship seems popping.
I really do love this country. I also just really, actually, truly love the people in it. All of the people in it, especially the people who are being targeted and not treated as they are a part of this country. And it makes me sad that other people who claim to love this country so much don't want it to be great.
Truth be told, no one would be criticized.
Truth be told, I'm waving my flag. It goes back. Tamar, she just came through real quick.
It just kind of made me sad, though.
Oh my God, no.
Truth be told, no one would be criticizing anything about this country if we didn't love it. That's just what it is. If we hated it here, trust and believe, we would be gone.
Trust and believe.
Oh, Tamar again. More Tamar.
Tamar, we should call. Oh, shit. You don't even know. People just choose to focus on, the bullshit. You're protesting the anthem. It's the protests or not the bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the backlash. Backlash bullshit.
God bless America. This old God bless America.